The migration of Newars from Kathmandu. Migration is a universal phenomenon involving the movement of people for various reasons, both voluntary and forced. For the Newar community of Nepal's Kathmandu Valley, out-migration has been a long-standing response to political, economic, social, and environmental factors. Here is an in-depth exploration of the major causes driving Newar migration. Number 1. Political and economic pressure. Unification of Nepal, 1768 to 69. The conquest of the Kathmandu Valley by King Prithvinaran Saha in 1769 marked a turning point for the Newar community. The Gorkhali rulers imposed strict policies, heavy taxation, and new administrative controls that disrupted the autonomy of Newar merchants, artisans, and landlords. King Prithvinaran Saha's bans on constructing new houses, renovating temples, dungedhara or stone spouts, patis or rest house, and pauwas, pilgrim house, created widespread unemployment and economic hardship among the Newars. Those who resisted these restrictions faced severe punishment, including execution. To escape persecution and safeguard their lives, many Newars sought refuge in other regions where trade opportunities and autonomy were more accessible. Rana and Saha regimes. During the rule of King Rana Bahadur Saha, Newar families with young children were exiled from the valley to protect the royal family from a smallpox outbreak. In 1799, distraught and furious, Rana Bahadur Saha desecrated the temples of Harati Ma, known to Hindus as Sitala, at Swayambhu, and ordered all children with this disease to be relocated outside the valley to areas as far as Tamakosi in the east and the Mersiangri in the west. Some Shrestha families may trace their origins to this forced migration. The exiled family faced tremendous hardship. With little preparation, they undertook grueling journeys, losing their homes and property in the valley, and struggling to survive in unfamiliar lands. Thirst, hunger, and illness took a heavy toll, and many parents endured the tragedy of losing their children along the way. Under the centralized rule of both the Ranas and the Sahas, the Newars continued to face restriction and unemployment, political rights, and economic opportunities, prompting many to seek livelihood and stability across Nepal or even abroad. Number 2. Trade opportunities and expanding commercial networks. Merchant ventures and business expansion. The Newar community's deep-rooted involvement in trade led many to establish extensive trade routes across Tibet, India, and other parts of Asia. Destinations like Darjeeling, Sikkim, and Lhasa became prominent centers for Newar merchants, particularly those from Uray caste, who capitalized on expanding markets and established lasting commercial relationships. The Newars were highly skilled in business and adapted to foreign markets by learning local language and custom. During the Malla period, they not only engaged in cross-border trade with Tibet, but also forged cultural connection, often marrying Tibetan women and settling in Tibet. Newar artisans were sought after in Tibet for over 1,000 years, reflecting their respected reputation. Shift from farming to trade. Unlike other communities, Newar primarily migrated for non-agricultural occupation. Evidence of Newar migration from Patan, Bhaktapur, and other valley cities supports the idea that they pursued trade and commerce rather than farming or animal husbandry. For example, when the Rana government opened a mint near a copper mine in Bhojpur in 1814, Newars from Patan were employed to manufacture coins, highlighting their skilled labor and commercial significance. British Indian influence. The presence of the British in colonial India further boosted Himalayan trade prospect, with Newar merchants playing a crucial role as intermediaries in commerce between India and Tibet. Many Newars migrated to facilitate these trade networks, becoming essential figures in the thriving trade corridors of the region. Number 3. Decline in traditional occupations, industrializations, and economic changes. As Kathmandu Valley modernized, demand for traditional Newar crafts declined. Artisans including metal workers, goldsmiths, and wood carvers were forced to seek new livelihood in less competitive regions. Global demand for skilled artisans. Skilled Newar artisans became sought after internationally for cultural restoration projects and museum work. This demand saw Newar craftspeople relocating to countries in East India, the Middle East, and beyond. Educational and employment opportunities abroad. Global migration trends. Since the 1980s, educational and employment prospects in developed nations have attracted younger Newars to places like North America, Europe, and Australia. Limited opportunities within Nepal. Political instability, corruption, and limited economic growth at home prompted skilled and educated Newars to join Nepal's larger diaspora for stable careers abroad. Number 5. Religious and cultural preservation. Periods of persecution. At times, Newar Buddhist practices faced restriction from the ruling Gorkhali and Rana authorities, leading some Newar families to migrate to maintain their traditions in more religiously tolerant areas, including parts of India. Cultural outreach and religious centers. Over the years, Newar communities have actively established cultural and religious centers abroad, prompting migration among families wishing to uphold their heritage. Number 6. Urban pressure and overcrowding in Kathmandu Valley. Urbanization and living cost. Rapid urbanization led to high living costs, congestion, and pollution in the valley. Seeking better living conditions, many families moved to nearby districts or even to other countries. Environmental concerns. Issues such as air pollution, water scarcity, and waste management made relocation to less crowded areas appealing. Number 7. Political instability and safety concern. Conflict period 1996 to 2006. The Maoist insurgency affected the Kathmandu Valley, resulting in political violence and insecurity. Many families migrated to escape these challenges. Post-conflict economic struggles. The slow economic recovery and ongoing political issues after the conflict made it difficult for Newars to regain financial stability, with immigrations offering a more secure path for many. Number 8. Access to improved infrastructure and living standards. Infrastructure challenges in Kathmandu. Despite being Nepal's capital, Kathmandu faces infrastructure inefficiencies, including power shortages, limited transportation, and insufficient healthcare. Many Newars left in search of better amenities. Quality of life abroad. Higher living standard in developed countries, along with quality healthcare, technology, and governance, attracted younger Newar generations. Family and kinship ties. Kinship-based migration. Migration patterns were often reinforced by family networks. Kinship ties help facilitate migration to various regions within Nepal and to communities abroad. Conclusion. The migration of Newars from Kathmandu Valley reflects a complex interplay of historical events, economic changes, and evolving social structure. From political repression to trade expansion, Newars have adapted to new environments while striving to preserve their cultural identity. The resilience and adaptability of the Newar diaspora is evident in the strong community ties and continued celebration of their heritage, even far from the Kathmandu Valley. Thank you.